What's going on, guys? It's the Resurrected Mod. Today I'm going to be bringing you a Sand Devil 25 team. And I've actually got two versions, so let's jump into it. Alright guys, we're going to go over the first version, which is a partially booked Godseeker. And thank you to SS Hawk for allowing me to jump on his account to show you guys, even though I'm the one that built it. But we'll go in here, and let's come down here when it stops lagging, and let's look at his Godseeker. Alright, so this build requires a partially booked. It needs to at least be 2 books on here. I'm sorry. At least 2 books on here, and then at the very least, or at the very most, 2 books on here. You want it on a 5-turn cooldown. This one, you want it at least on a 5-turn cooldown. But obviously, if it's 4, it works just fine. And these skills don't really matter that much, although they do help. So yeah, that's the main thing about this specific version of it, is Godseeker needs to be partially booked. Second thing, Region and Immortal 100% needed. You cannot do it without. So we're going to go into the build real quick. And so you have a speed range, I think it's 246 through 249, 250. You have a small little window right there, and clearly 249 works. And you need a minimum of 4k defense and 70k HP. So you do not need the blessing on this specific comp. If you have one, it always helps. It's not gonna hurt it. It's always gonna help. But if you don't, it's not required on this version. So masteries, you need to come down here and get this spirit haste, and that's really the only required thing on this. You don't want this right here. This is a must pay attention to. If you have this and you get crit or you get hit too hard and you lose the decreased speed on Godseeker, your run is going to fall out of sync, and it won't necessarily fail, but it will take a very long time. Of course, you could take it off auto and correct it and just get the revive back in the correct place. But if you take this off, 99% of the time, you're not going to have to worry about it. Now, you still have that 3% chance to double resist both of the decreased speed on Godseeker. Obviously, that's very, very low chances. But that's one area that it could fail, or not really fail, but cause it to run on for a very long time. And then the other reason that you would fail is if your HP and defense levels are not high enough. So, with that being said, like I said, 4k defense and 70k HP seem to work just fine. I haven't had any problem. I've seen it do the double resist a couple of times out of like 400 runs. I mean, it's so minimal that it's not even worth factoring in. So yeah, partially booked. Masteries, you need to get the spirit haste, and you need to avoid this resurgence. Other than that, doesn't matter. So that's pretty much it for that. You're not going to want to have any cooldown accessories, which he does not have any that I can show you. But it's the blue one, obviously, with the 5% chance to prevent a cooldown. You don't want that, because then you could be reviving in the wrong spot. So avoid those. And then let's go into our damage dealer, which is Ninja. Here we go. So Ninja, Affinity Breaker, perfect. I've seen people say that, what's the correct set for it? I'm trying to remember. They try to say Toxic set is really good, but Toxic set is not as good as Affinity Breaker. I am not finding Toxic set. Am I out of my mind. Am I missing it? Here it is. you you can do that if you don't have Infinity Breaker. It'll still work. Obviously, Infinity Breaker will be much faster. Um, and as far as stats, you have a speed range of like 180 to like 200 something. Now, I'm going to show you this run, and I'm going to show you, I originally had him built with like 209 speed, and it worked perfectly fine, but I'm going to show you why I changed his speed to be a little bit slower, and I'll tell you why in the run. 525 accuracy is the minimum, so 559 is clearly overkill. You do not need crit rate and crit damage and attack, although it does help. And this specific version, you are not allowing your DPS to survive. So you want Ninja to be not tanky at all, no regen, no immortal, just damage, accuracy, and really, if it came down to it, if all you could do was get the accuracy and the speed, that's fine. You don't need crit rate, you don't need crit damage, you don't need attack, you don't need AP, you don't need anything other than the speed and the accuracy. And really, I'm not even quite sure that the speed even matters. I'm just telling you what I've play tested, and so far 180 to 209 has worked perfectly fine. Again, I don't know if it works if you just put them in no speed at all. It seems like it would because Godseeker revives with full turn meter, but we'll get into that when we do the run. Again, doesn't matter about the set, although Affinity Breaker will make it faster. And the masteries, on this specific comp, you do not want Giant Slayer. And I'll show you why during the run. And other than that, it really doesn't matter. None of this matters. He's going to die after the first hit anyways. And then you're going to revive him when the boss goes to sleep. And then when she wakes up, she's going to kill him again. So masteries don't necessarily matter. I just went down for Evil Eye to help get the accuracy that was needed. And then obviously Master Hex a chance of extending the HP burn. Kind of whatever because the boss removes them anyways. But yeah, let's jump into the run. And I will show you guys how this works. So, you don't need a team setup. You don't need a team setup. All you need is just a team of food, and that's it. Godseeker is always going to revive Ninja, and you need these three to be dead so she gains the 24 speed from that mastery. So, we'll hit start, and we'll run it, and I will show you guys. Like I said, there is no setup required. It just throw some food in there and put Ninja and Godseeker in the lead. And as you can see here, she's always going to revive him. And it's pretty much 100%. So the way this team works is you don't need your blessing, your Miracle Heal blessing, because every time she dies, she gets a second turn. And I'm going to take this off auto, and I'll show you that. So we're going to revive Ninja. He's going to take a turn, right? We do his move, and there's still 2 turns right here. So when you hit with this, if there is any depleted HP, when she does this, she fully restores the HP, and then the boss takes a turn, and then boom. And we'll put it back on auto. And it's not going to run it that fast here because I'm taking it off auto to show you guys. But typically it runs 1 minute and 1 minute and 54 seconds to like 2 minutes and 30 seconds. Just depends on RNG with Ninja. Now, the reason I said I like putting Ninja with the 180 speed is because, as you can see here, he takes his turn, right? We go again, and then Godseeker takes his second turn, and then the boss hit. With the 209 speed, Ninja was taking a second turn, and it was not failing. Let me make that very clear. It was not failing. It was not throwing the speeds off. It was not doing anything other than the fact that he was taking another turn, and that was another 2 to 3 seconds that wasn't needed, basically. So if you lower his speed to 180 like I have, he's only going to take 1 turn, which means you're taking less wasted turns of him attacking the boss. So he's gonna go, Godseeker gets 2 turns, and Ninja gets wiped out, and he doesn't waste a turn attacking. It's as simple as that. Like I said, at 209 speed, it was not failing. It's just gonna be a lot more consistent and faster with Ninja at 180. So we'll let this run out, and then I'll run an actual run without taking it off auto, so you guys can see. And the reason 70k HP is required is because, as you can see there, I just got crit hit for 51k. And at 4200 defense, I've seen it get crit hit for as much as 57,000. And then I've seen the miniature hits crit hit for about 18k. So you want to make sure you have enough defense on there. That way, and HP, that way you're not dying in the middle of the run. That is the only way this team fails, is if your Godseeker dies. Ninja dying, obviously, is not a problem. See, there's a 52k crit, and it didn't happen there. But I have seen, without enough HP and defense, I built this team for one of my other clanmates, and he got a lot less HP and a lot less defense, and it still works, but it's not as consistent as this one, because occasionally the boss will do like a double crit or even a triple crit. He'll crit right there, and then his next 2 little miniature scorpion hits will be crit as well, and it will kill Godseeker. So make sure you have enough HP and defense on there. Again, this specific version at this speed does not require Godseeker to have Miracle Heal. Obviously, if you have a 5-star Miracle Heal and it's partially booked, it still works perfectly fine. And Miracle Heal is not going to mess anything up. I just want to make that very clear. It's not either or. It's if you're partially booked, it works no matter what. Granted, you have enough HP and defense. Now, if you're fully booked, which after this run I will show you on my account, if you're fully booked, it only works if you have a 5-star Miracle Heal or better. I'm going to show you mine. Mine is a 4-star Miracle Heal, and it's not 100%, and I've got pretty crazy stats on mine. And even with the crazy stats that I have, and I will show you, it's not 100%. So let's let this run through. And the 16k. So just make sure you put enough HP and defense. And again, Affinity Breaker is your best option. Another thing too is if you have a 5-star or 6-star blessing on Ninja, that will make the run just that much faster. But if you don't, it will still work. Obviously, you can tell from here. So right at 2 minutes, we were able to beat the boss, and there we go. And the food does not matter. You can put anybody in here as a food. So let's go over to my account, and let's show you my Godseeker. So again, my Godseeker has pretty crazy stats considering what we're trying to do. I have 100k HP, 4500 defense, and it still will get one-shotted. It's all because I am not restoring my max HP 100% of the time. Once you reach a 5-star blessing and you get to the point where you're restoring your destroyer max HP 100% of the time, that's when it will be, I'm not going to say 100% successful, because you always have a 3% chance of failing or whatever, right? But you will have a very, very high success rate once you are 5-star awakened. Now, you do not need 100k HP with a 5-star awakening. Once you have a 5-star awakening, you only need about 70 to 75k HP, and again, 4200 defense or greater. That'll work perfectly. Now, the speeds for Godseeker on there are flexible as well. I think I've seen anywhere from like 195 to like 182. Again, I can only tell you for sure exactly what I'm running, and I'm running 188 speed, and it works without fail as long as I don't get one-shotted by the boss. I do not fall out of speed. Again, and this has a very, very small chance of resisting both of the decreased speeds, and the revive gets out of turn. And again, it doesn't fail, but it just makes the run very long. Now, again, Regen and Immortal is 100% a must-have. You must have Regen and Immortal. And the same thing with the Masteries. You need the Spirit Haste, and then you want to avoid that. Other than that, like I said, doesn't really matter. You get more healing out of these. Again, not necessary. And my ninja is the same way as Hawk Ninja. It's Affinity Breaker. Mine has a lot more damage built into it. It really doesn't speed the run up that much more. But, you know, I had the gear, so why not? Masteries. I just went ahead and went down this route. Honestly, I probably could have done without, but I needed the extra 20 accuracy and whatever. I don't need the 50 accuracy, so I'm going to leave it at that. You could go down this route and get more defense or whatever you want, but again, you're not wanting Ninja to survive. So with my 42k HP and 1700 defense, he's going to get one shot without a problem, and that's perfect. That's what we want. We want him to die. And again, you're going to be running the food, so it does not matter. And I know I mentioned on the other one, but you don't want the cooldown accessories. But other than that, it's pretty much the same, just the speed is the difference. And then obviously whether or not you need a 5-star awakening. So we'll go into mine and we'll run mine, and I will show you guys where mine can fail and where yours can fail as well if you don't have the 5-star awakening. So we're just going to put some random food in here. Now, you don't have to have nut in here. I've found out that because I'm not restoring max HP 100% of the time, the faster I kill the boss, the more successful I am in not dying with Godseeker. Now, my nut is built with 300 speed. He is built for finite hard, and I just figured I could let him go first. He can nuke the boss. It does, I think, like 180k damage. Not anything astronomical, but it does shorten the run just a tad bit, which allows me to survive better since my Godseeker is not restoring her max HP 100% of the time. But anyways, same thing. You could take nut out. If you have a 5-star awakening, you don't have to have nut, or you don't even have to have nut in right now. And in fact, I'll show you without nut. Again, you don't need a team setup. It's 100% auto. You just hit run, and it will always revive Ninja. So let's die here, and I will show you guys where it could possibly fail. So you could possibly double resist the decreased speed, and which would cause Godseeker to revive Ninja before she gets wiped. And so, as you can see here, the boss popped up before Godseeker was able to take a turn. That's because we're having to run her at a slower speed because she's fully booked. So, this is where the 5-star awakening comes into play. Because she's not 5-star awakened, she's only got a 75% chance to restore her max HP. See right here, she's not 100% like Hawk's team. So, we're going to run it on auto, and there's really no reason for me to pause it anymore. I just wanted to show you guys that the boss pops up before she does her big heal, which means she's not always going to restore her HP all the way. And it slowly but surely starts diminishing my HP more and more because I don't have a 5-star awakening. And then it makes it to where the boss can easily one-shot my Godseeker. So, like I said, we'll just run it, and it's not looking good. I'm normally looking looking a little bit better as far as the boss's HP farther down, so this might be a fail. Again, once you're 5-star awakened, you really don't have to worry about it failing that often, but because my Godseeker is not 5-star awakened, as you can see, her HP is slowly but surely starting to get depleted more and more, and with the depleted HP, she heals less as well. So then it just snowballs into an effective, towards the end of the run, she'll have depleted HP, which is like halfway, and she's only doing like a 8,000 heal, and she will get one-shotted. Hopefully we can kill the boss in time and we don't have to worry about it. So, let's see here. Hopefully Ninja can kill her right here. So if Ninja can kill the boss right here, we're looking pretty good. So we're not. So we have to survive this. And this is where it gets a little concerning. Alright, we made it through. So if Ninja kills the boss right here, we're okay. And we won. I'll run it again without pausing it. That's a very slow run. Normally it's around 1 minute and 50 seconds to 2 minutes, about the same time it's hot. So we'll run it without pausing it. And if this was a longer run, I'd probably take my face out and then let it run with music, but it's only a 2-minute run, so there's really no point in that. And hopefully we win. Like I said, without the 5-star blessing, this is not 100%. I'd say it's probably like 80% successful. And once you get into that 5-star blessing, you'll see that skyrocket up into like the 97, 99 percentile win rate. But unfortunately, I do not have a 5-star awakening for her yet, so I have to deal with the odds that I have. And this is considered a pretty speedy run. There are faster runs with different teams, but that requires a whole team built, whereas this one only requires 2 champions. And I'm really not using Ninja anywhere else, nor am I using Godseeker. So this just works out better for my account. I don't have to re-gear an entire team just for this boss. So maybe this will be the team for you. But I just wanted to kind of put a video out there to clear your mind on the 2 different speeds, what each of them requires book-wise, and what each of them requires blessing-wise. Like I said, if you're partially booked, you don't require any books, or not books, any blessings, and the masteries you can do like I showed. But if you're fully booked, it is 100% required that you have a 5-star awakening on Godseeker. And again, if you have a 5-star awakening on Ninja and you're able to take down the boss faster, then you don't necessarily have to have a 5-star awakening on Godseeker, but it's still recommended. So 2 minutes and 8 seconds, like I said, right at the 2-minute mark. And this is just going to be kind of a quick video today. There's not really a whole lot that I wanted to go over that on that team. I just wanted to show you the 2 different comps and what each of them require. But yeah, I hope you guys have a fantastic day, and I will see you on the next one.